Now that we've improved our baseline audio by adjusting the audio gain, let's start adjusting the volume of our clips, which again is the audio output. This is where the small tweaking comes into play. And we can do this in one of a few ways, all of which can be read through this thin white line that you see on all of your audio tracks. If you don't see that, then your audio track is probably too small, okay? So you just want to expand it. Again, you can drag, or you can hold down Option or Alt on a PC as you scroll up with your mouse scroll wheel, or you can hold down Shift and scroll up with your mouse scroll wheel, and then all selected audio tracks will expand. Okay, we are going to start by adjusting the volume on the clips of our principal audio, which is our interviews on A1, so I'll solo that. And then I'm going to just come to the first clip, and let's talk about the mechanics of raising and lowering our volume. First, you can just grab a hold of this line and drag it down or drag it up. And when you do that, you see a little pop-up indicator that tells you your decibel offset, which is how much louder or softer you're making the audio from the original levels. If I want to make the adjustment using the keyboard, I use my left and right bracket keys. So if I press left bracket, it lowers my audio level 1 decibel at a time. If I press my right bracket, it raises my audio 1 decibel at a time. If I add shift to that, shift left bracket will go down 3 decibels at a time, and shift right bracket goes up 3 decibels at a time. And just so you know, when you either increase or decrease by 3 decibels, it becomes either twice or half as loud. I'm also going to switch over to my audio clip mixer. If this isn't here, just go to Window and make sure that Audio Clip Mixer has a check mark next to it. And then here you can see that you have a slider where if you drag it up, it raises your decibels. And if you drag it down, it lowers them. And if you double click here, it goes back to 0 unity. All right, now that we know all of that, let's make some adjustments. As we know, we've already made gain adjustments for our main interview audio in our sequence. For this first interview, which again is Esther in her house, let's remind ourselves of what those adjustments were. I'm just going to select it and press G. We raised it by 8 decibels. And then we have another interview where she's outside. And let's remind ourselves of this one. We raised it by 4 decibels. And then we have another interview where she's in her kitchen, and we raised that by 11 decibels. Okay, so lots of different conditions that are resulting in these different gain adjustments. But right now, all of the interview audio is around -12. Sometimes it could be bumped up a little bit more. Sometimes it might need to be bumped down a little bit. And that's simply because we made our gain adjustments en masse. And now we can go on a clip-by-clip level and be more specific. So this is where making those volume adjustments comes in. I'm going to come to our first clip. And if I want to make an adjustment, I could, play over it, take a look at my levels, make an adjustment. And if that wasn't right, I could play it again and make another adjustment. But I want to show you how to be a little bit more efficient with this. I'm going to come to my wrench here, and I want to make sure that loop is checked. Then you simply set an in and out point around a good representative portion of this clip. So I'm just going to go about right here. And then when I play, it's going to loop between my in and out point. Then I can simply use my left and right bracket keys to either raise or lower the volume. All right, so I'll press spacebar to play.
It's really lovely. It is really lovely. It is really lovely.
All right, I raised that by 2 decibels there. And let's do it again. Spacebar.
Very, very small family. Very, very small family. Very, very small.
Right, just bumped it up by 1 decibel there.
In the village of.
Didn't change that one at all. And play.
Ireland.
All right, I lowered that one by a couple decibels. And so I'll keep going on in this manner so that everything is getting even closer to that -12 threshold. Because again, when we were making our gain adjustments, we were doing it in big swaths of clips. Now we're going clip by clip. I want to mention that as you're going through this, you can actually copy and paste your volume attributes if you need to. All right, so if you constantly find yourself raising or lowering by a certain amount of decibels, you might want to just copy and paste those volume attributes. And you do that by simply selecting the clip and pressing Command-C or Control-C on a PC, and then going to the clips that need the adjustment applied. So this is pretty arbitrary. I'm just going to select these so I can show you how this is done. And then you come up to Edit and Paste Attributes, And we're not pasting any video attributes. We would just be pasting audio attributes, and we'd be pasting our volume, okay? So paste attributes is really nice because it allows you to copy and paste just specific elements if you need to. In this case, this is not what we want to do, so I'll cancel. All right, so I'm going to take another pass through my sequence on both my principal audio, and then I'll go down to my ambient audio and my music. And I have actually already done this in the post volume sequence, so you can take a look at that if you like.